What's up, YouTube? This is Not Your Ordinary Barber with N.Y.O Barbershop. Today we're going to be doing a low skin fade, scissor cut the top. He does almost like a full hawk. So we're going to start off here today with our JRL machine with the lever all the way closed. Start the fade, our first guideline, in the middle of the C cup, and then work my way down right behind the ear. Now we're not cleaning everything up completely with the lever closed. After that, we're going to go back with our trimmers and get all the hairs. As you can see, we're just going right up to the line and just creating a guideline. Now in the back, he wants to drop it down almost into like a V shape. I'll show you later on in the video how we connect all that and make it look more or less like a V in the back. This customer has a real flat shape in the back of his head, so it isn't going to show as much as if somebody that had their bone popping out a little bit more. But now the guideline's in. Now we're going to take our trimmers, clean up all the hairs underneath that guideline. I noticed that when you clean up the hairs and you try to get every little hair and clean it up the best as possible, it's a lot easier for when you go back and hit it with the shaver. Any of these little hairs that are sticking out that you got to go back again a third time with to take care of. Get all the hairs on the neck, get all the hairs just below the ear. Some of those hairs you probably can't see until you put a little bit of powder on and clean them off and dust them off. Like I said, just try to clean it up as best as you possibly can. So what I'll probably do is I'll take some powder, put it on the neck duster, dust them off a little bit, and take a look and see if I'm leaving any hairs or anything like that. Once again, in the back of his head, he wants to do like a V-shaped fade. So when I get to the back of the head, I'll be dropping it down almost into a point, really. I'll show you guys there, what it looks like here later on in the video. So now I'm going to take my neck duster, cleaning them up a little bit, see if we left any hairs. What that powder does, it actually brings out those little baby hairs you might have missed or you can't even see. So, just a little trick for you guys. Hit them with a little bit of the powder, but you can see if you left any baby hairs. Now I'm turning my trimmers around, and I'm just going over right below where I left off with the trimmer going up. And that's just so it cuts a little bit closer, so when I run the shaver, it doesn't leave a line. Now I'm taking my baby bliss shaver, and we're just going up and we're just shaving everything bald underneath the line of the trimmer. I'm taking the shaver and I'm just going down with it, just to kind of hit those hairs, make them a little bit lighter, and then I'm going to go up against it. So it's very important that when you take your shaver, you go with the grain for a little bit just to kind of lighten it up and go against it, but as you get up closer to the line, you flick out so you don't leave a line. The shaver line is probably one of the hardest lines to get out, so just be wary of that, okay guys? Now I'm going to take my JRL machine with the lever open. We're going to create our second guideline. I go up about an inch or fingers width, only so I have enough room to go in and blend everything. Now you can see in the back how we dropped it down almost into a V. So we're just keeping that same shape. We're going to fade in that same direction of the V. Start off with our lever open, close it about halfway. We'll start fading. Now, I did one side of the fade already to make the video a little bit shorter. But it's the same process, guys. Whatever I did on this side, I already did on the other side. Well, our lever is open. We drop it about halfway. Then we'll close it down all the way and just knock out the last line. It's important that you play with the lever a little bit to get everything nice and blended. Another thing that's important too is the movement. You got to make sure it's like a flicking or a scratching movement. By leaving the machine pressed on the head and just going straight into it, it's going to create a line. You're not really blending it, you're just hitting dark spots. That's about it. You can see it in the movement how it's just kind of like a scratching movement. You can start to see where everything starts to blend in up to the machine open. There, the lever's halfway closed, all the way closed. Just knocking, just scratching away at it. I like to put our guideline in and then work back downwards. So I'll start with the lever open, work my way down into the guideline that I created. Here we're about lever halfway open. We're not taking it all the way up to the top. We're just going right below. We're halfway into the guideline. Now, if you notice, I don't know if you guys know, but sometimes you have customers that wear glasses. And if you look right by where his ear, between his ear and his eye, you're going to see a line there. It looks white. Tan line. Usually that line you're never going to get out. Sometimes some people may think that it's a line that was created when you started the guideline, when you started fading. But that's not necessarily the case. That's like an indent or a tan line because of the glasses. Now we're going to go with our number 1 lever open. First, we're going to hit a little bit of the beard to start blending it. Now we're going to go up about another inch with the 1 open just to create a second guideline. I'm sorry, a third guideline. And it's the same movement. You're going in, you're not digging in, you're scratching out and flicking out as you're coming up to the 1 inch. Everything is a scratching movement. You're just going up and you're scratching and pulling out. Now we're going with our half guard. Same thing, lever open, but we're not taking it all the way up to the top. We're going about halfway, maybe a little bit higher. Now the half guard lever open is equivalent to a 1 close. So if you want to skip that step, you can just, as you have the 1 on the machine, you can close it and run it just below it. So with the half guard, I'm going to be doing open, halfway closed, open, halfway closed until everything is blended out. You may have to go in between the notches if you're going a little bit too much, but play with the lever, just, you know that you can't go above that line that you set with the 1 open. So just go in, clean up little spots, keep the scratching movement. Like I said, you go lever open, halfway, close. You may even have to take that half guard out and go back again with the machine open to get all the dark spots. If you see you're going over the spot and it's not lightening, it's not getting any lighter, then start closing the lever a little bit. If you see the lever's all the way closed and it's still dark and you can't get rid of the line, then take the guard off and go back in with the machine open. Sometimes you got to go back with what you put the line in order to get it out. Now we're here with our two guard. We're just flicking out, going up to the parietal ridge, right up to the ridge with the 2 clip lever open, and we're just flicking out. We're not digging into the top. We haven't connected the sides to the top yet. We're just creating another guideline. There, I closed the lever too. The clip, I closed the lever, so now it was closed. Now we're going to go in with our half guard, 1.5 lever open, which is equivalent to a 2. I'm going to do the same movement right at the line. Take it all the way up to where we took our 2 open. Just going to take it right below that to try to blend the 1 open into the 2 open. Now the lever's closed and I'm notching at that line. I'm just kind of nicking at it, hitting it with the corner of the machine, scratching at it, just trying to get it to lighten up. Now we're doing connecting the back part to the side. Once again, with our 1.5 lever open, just scratching at it. We'll close our lever and try to get rid of that line that you see there in the middle. Here we got our one guard back on, lever closed. We're just going back and cleaning up. There you can see I took the guard off, and now I just have the machine open. Basically just cleaning everything that we did from the 2 open down to the skin. And that's what you guys would call the cleanup part. So now it's going in and making everything a lot cleaner. Now I have the 3 guard on. I'm going right up to the just past the parietal ridge, taking to try to blend the top into the sides. You'll notice I'm not digging into the top of the hair. I'm just taking it straight up as if I'm looking at a square box. So I'm just going straight up and just trying to mold it into a square type haircut. There, we put our number 2 guard back on, and now we're going to blend the 2 into the 3. We got the 2 open, and we're going right in between where we left off with the 3 open and the 2.5 and the 2 open. We got our lever closed, and we're just blending everything between the 1.5 into the 2. Like I said, guys, it's important to work with a clean canvas. You know, make sure you're dusting off the hairs. Make sure you're brushing the hairs out of the way. Sometimes the hairs will stick. As you're cutting, the hairs will move. So it's important to just brush it in the direction that you're going to be cutting. Now you can see in the back how the V is starting to take shape. Like I said, he has a very flat back, so it's kind of hard for it to pop the way it should. But we're just going to go in with our 1 and just try to clean it up a little bit more. Make sure we get all our dark spots and stuff like that. Now we got our 2 guard back on the machine. We're taking it a little higher and just getting all the dark bulk out of the way. Let's take a second, man, and give a shout out to some of these, models, some of these customers that let us video and let us record their haircuts. Some guys might, offer free haircuts so they don't, feel like they're taking something from the customer. But a lot of these customers don't have a problem with us recording them, man. Get some content out there. I'm just starting this channel. This is something I probably should have done a long time ago, but. Shout out to you guys for letting us do this, All right, here we got our half guard back on the machine, and like I said, we're just doing a cleanup detail work, making sure everything's clean, trying to get as many dark spots as possible. Depending on the texture of the hair. I know this customer likes to keep it dark on the side, so now we're gonna do some razor work. We're just gonna clean up everything we lined up with our trimmers. We'll make another video, how to do a shape up, so on and so forth. This customer likes it natural, doesn't like us to go too in on anything. So right now we're just cleaning up all the hairs under what we lined with our trimmer. Also, for those that are watching, let me know what you guys want to see, what kind of haircuts, what you guys want to learn. Like I said, I've just started out on this channel, but there's a few different videos, a few different things that I like to, I like to post to teach you guys. Alright guys, well this is the finished product. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment. If there's a specific haircut or something you guys want to see, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for coming to my YouTube channel.